So I recently watched some nerds on the internet play this collectible card game, the X-Files, which I believe comes from the year 1996. That would make sense. Yep, 1996. And it looked like a lot of fun. So I decided to go online and see what I could find. And it didn't seem like the prices were that outrageous. I was able to get this box of 60 card starter decks for probably about what they cost back in the 90s. So I think that was a pretty good purchase, and just got it in the mail. So I'm pretty excited to open these up and see what's in here. I mentioned I saw some people playing this online, so I have some idea of how the game is played. I don't know much of anything else about it, about what cards are rare, ultra rare, or even where they appear in the starter decks. But I understand that I think there are 3 rares per starter deck. And I should actually pull up a checklist here just to see if I make sure I can find them. So let me do that. The X-Files, I'm a huge fan of the X-Files, so that's one of the reasons I'm excited about this. But I also never played this game back in the 90s, but when I was a kid, I had friends who at least bought a couple of packs. And I remember looking at the cards and thinking they looked really cool. So let's see if I can find a card list here. I believe there was also an expansion for this game, but I don't have any of those. I have also ordered a box of boosters. So let's see. One other thing is it came with this nifty, I guess, checklist of some kind. So I believe in the game, you're trying to determine which X-file your opponent has, and you go on a series of missions or investigations where if you succeed, you're able to ask your opponent a question and then check off, sort of like Clue, check off some category to hone in on what your opponent's X-file is. And once you discover that, you win. All right, so start opening these packs here. Smells like 1996. Very good year, in my opinion. Okay, and it's got this, I guess, X-Files seal of quality on here. Let's just open this up. I don't know if I can. Oh my goodness. Well, it seems like maybe I should get a knife or something. Probably a knife would be easier, but I do have some scissors. Wow, I'm butchering this box. All right. I understand also that some of these cards are, I think, may come in every booster, or not booster, but every starter deck. So we'll see about that in a second. I think it's probably these ones that have plastic around them here. Man, they really made it easy to damage. Oh, God. There we go. Didn't break anything. Let's see what we've got here. Let's see if I can recognize them from their episodes. Maybe I'm not such a huge fan after all. This guy looks familiar. Mo Box. Not sure where he comes from. Olympic National Forest, Washington. Coastal Northwest Oregon. One of the things I loved about the X-Files was that I believe it was filmed in the Pacific Northwest, maybe in Canada, But because of that, I saw a lot of recognizable sort of environments because I live in Seattle. Maggie Holvey. Lake Okoboji. Or is it Okoboji? Looks like we've got some witnesses here. Oh, there's Agent Fox Mulder. Now, is he rare? Or is he someone that comes in every pack? Let's see. I have my checklist here. Seems like he'd be rare. But I guess we'll see when we open the other packs. Okay, so we got some X-Files here. Cigarette Butts. Arlington, Virginia. An Adversary, Suppressed Fury. I think this one comes from that episode Beyond the Sea. That might be the Murderer. I could be wrong about that. I'm actually surprised that they really went deep on some of these cards because these are not major characters at all. All right, another agent there, Agent Lucy Kasdan. Hunter in the Dark, that is the Jersey Devil. And that looks like the clock tower from that, I think it was a season 2 episode, Blood. There's Dwayne Barry, Scully's kidnapper. All right, so that was everything that was in the plastic in the plastic band. Yeah, my wife is pulling up for me a collector's thing, but I think that you're showing me she's showing me an Agent Fox Mulder that's like $90, ultra rare, but I'm pretty sure that that is an alternate art. This one I think is probably a common that comes in every starter deck. I could be wrong. Okay, there's someone selling this one for $10. I don't know if it's actually worth that or not. Okay, so those are the ones that are in that plastic sleeve. Now, one of the interesting things about these starter decks is they come with 2 rule books. The official rules, basic rule book, and then the advanced rule book. Now, the guys I watched play this on YouTube, there's a series called Throwback Thursday. It was really cool. They tried to play the basic rules, and the game looked awful. People were able to just basically dump their hand, stop each other from doing anything, and no progress was made. But once they started playing with the advanced rules, the game looked a lot more fun. So when I play for the first time, I'll definitely be going that route. Okay, so now I want to figure out how to find out what the rares are. Do you want to pull up like a card list for me? There's these 3 that are upside down near the end. There's this one, Deductive Reasoning. This is from that episode, Conduit. Not my favorite episode, I got to admit. Grid Pattern Search. I think this is from that episode where Scully's friend gets possessed. Or something. He switches bodies with her. Okay, yeah, it looks like Grid Pattern Search is a rare. And then what about Deductive Reasoning? Because I know there are 3 rares, and these 3 cards are upside down. Okay, that's a rare. And then Alien Experimentation. This is from... well, I don't know if it's from the episode Dwayne Barry, but it's from that saga. I think there were a couple episodes. All right. So is Alien Experimentation also rare? So it looks like I got 3 events as my rares. That's cool. And then the question is, what are my uncommons? You know, I think, yeah, that is a rare. Okay, so I think based on what I'm seeing here, I'm guessing that all of the ones that are facing this way right now are the commons. They sort of collate them this way. And the ones facing the other direction, there's a smaller group of them here. These must be the uncommons. So that's just kind of a guess. And then I've got these 3 rares. So let's take a look at what my uncommons are. Reporters at the crime scene. Hidden transmitter. Secret contacts. Aura of invulnerability. Now that's interesting. This is this guy that did what's called a blockhead routine, I think is what it's called, from that season 2 episode. Humbug. And this guy would stick nails in his body, things like that. I don't know that this card really reflects that. It says aura of invulnerability. He didn't have an aura of invulnerability. He was just a carny. So anyway, that's interesting. Face Off. This is a classic scene here from that episode, Ice. What else we got? Rending Claws. Spying Mission. Equipment Malfunction. Local law enforcement are uncooperative. It's a very descriptive title. Massive internal damage. Stunning blow. And then just one location. Excelsius Dei Convalescent Home. And I'm noticing a theme here. It looks like all of these are from seasons, either seasons 1 or 2. Maybe I should. Oh. Let's see what else we have here. So another Olympic National Forest. These must be the commons, I'm guessing. So I did notice that on the uncommon front, pretty much everything was either an event or combat. And then there was one site. So I don't know if that's just lucky or unlucky. Let's see. We've got some items here, a camera, a knife, microscope. And then these are X-Files. You know, these might be a packet of cards that come in every box. Because I was just thinking, I mean, you need to have these X-Files to play the game. Well, why would you get 2 of them? 2 of the same one? I don't know. But these, I can't imagine these are ever in, I mean, maybe they are in booster packs. Relentless Pursuit. Yeah, I'm seeing some of these. Yeah, I'm getting doubles. Langley. Langley's not a rare? Is Langley a rare? Not a rare. Is it a common? Okay. Yeah, so I guess these are the commons. Travel arrangements. Core training. So in this first box, so I'm going to collate them the way they did. So you've got your commons, you got your uncommons, you got your 3 rares, just like that. Pretty cool. And then you've got these, which appear to be, what about Hunter in the Dark? What is that? Fixed. Okay, interesting. So I guess everything that's in this plastic band comes fixed, maybe in every starter deck. So I may be seeing these a lot. Or maybe there's a certain group of cards that are sort of randomized that you can get only in the starter decks. So we'll see. That's pretty cool, though, that right out of the box, you're able to play with Agent Mulder. Okay, so those are pretty cool. Let me go on to the next box here. And I have just destroyed this. I don't know if I'm going to get any better. Okay, try the scissors approach once more. I think a knife would probably be better. Oh, actually, this is working pretty well. Oh, well, I cut into the... Oh, well. Let's see. Box number 2. Oh, yikes. Yeah, I need to find it better. Okay, so I'm already seeing in this group that I was calling fixed cards, I've got some different cards here. And this broke pretty easily when I just pulled on it. So snip it there. All right, so we have a different investigator at the top that we didn't have before, Agent Tom Colton. Yeah, and I can't remember what episode this guy was from, but I think he was making fun of Mulder, or he thought Mulder was an asshat or something. Can't quite remember. He was Scully's friend, and he was telling her, like, don't hang out with that spooky guy. All right, I'm seeing some of the same cards here. So Suppressed Fury. Okay, well, here's Section Chief Blevins. That's interesting. I seem to remember that he sent Scully in to spy on Mulder in the first episode. Maybe I've got him mixed up with someone else, but in the keywords description, it says believer. So that's kind of surprising there. Okay, Paul Mossinger. All right, a bluff. So this guy was a fake reporter that confronted, God, I can't remember. I think he gets in like a fist fight with Scully. Like he breaks her window and like punches her in the face or something. This makes me want to watch all these episodes again. You remember this guy? I don't know. He was pretending to be a reporter. Gosh, I thought I knew so much. Oh, wait a second. I believe I was mistaken. This guy on Suppressed Fury is not the guy that I was thinking of. This is the guy from Beyond the Sea. The guy, what was the name of the guy who played Grima Wormtongue? He also did the voice of Chucky. Anyway, he was also Brad Dourif. Thank you. My wife is telling me Brad Dourif. I was about to say he was also the star of Myst 3 Exile. It's a fucking classic. Great game, seriously. And he's great in it. He totally hams it up. But this is the guy that Brad Dourif taps into his mind or something and is able to psychically gain information about him. All right, we got another agent, Agent Jerry LaManna. Man, I think these are just people that were like standing around in the background of scenes or something. Interesting. I did not remember this guy at all. But now that I've seen him in the cards, I'm sure if I go back and watch, I'm going to be like, oh my God, of course. All right, here's Byers. So we got Langley, we got Byers, 2 of the lone gunmen. Just fro-hickey to go. U.S. Marshal Tapia. Yeah, I definitely remember this guy. And they have a quote here. Either of you 2 ever run an escaped convict operation? Mulder. No. Tapia. Well then, you'd be a real big help if you just try to stay out of the way. Oh, they tell you which episode. This is from F. Emasculata. That's the one. Not my favorite episode, to be honest. It's the one there's like some kind of spores or something that get on people's bodies and they get really sick, and then the spore, like, they get boils on their faces that explode. Anyway, it's pretty gross. The Host, this is obviously a classic episode, so that's cool. It's an X-File. Newark, New Jersey. I mean, some of these are just locations. I mean, I don't remember what episode this is, but I guess they went to New Jersey. Oh, this is from the host. Okay. I'm realizing now it tells you on the card which episode it's from, so it's not so impressive if I'm able to remember it. This is, of course, from Ice. Yep, and this is it says right there, Watchtower from Blood. Great episode. And another Olympic National Forest that features quite heavily. And Assistant Director Walter Skinner. Now that's who I want to play as. That's great. Yeah, so I think there's these guys come fixed in some starter decks. So if you get a starter deck, you're guaranteed to get some mix of certain agents. And just based on what I'm seeing, it looks like you can also open them in booster packs, but they're super rare and they have an alternate art. That's what it looks like. Anyway, all right, let's see what my rares are in this. So it's interesting. The rares here, I believe, are these 3 witnesses. And in the last starter deck, the 3 rares were all events. So they're all the same card type. I don't know if that's on purpose or if that's just by chance, but here we've got Dr. Grissom from the episode Sleepless. I believe that's the one where we learn Krychek is a villain. Kevin Morris, The Conduit. Not my favorite episode. Kids generally make shows and movies worse. It's just my opinion. The Kalasari. This is another episode with children in it. It's like a creepy cult, Christian Romanian cult of some kind that exorcises the demons. Mulder helps them. So I don't know if these cards are good. I think they're rare.
Yeah.
These are rare?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But I'm excited. Maybe I'll make a Romanian cult exorcism deck. Include the Kalasari. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. All right, so these must be the uncommons. Let's take a look at these. No Way Out. Expedite request for resources. A very, once again, descriptive card there. Paperwork. Wow. That's what I want to do, make a paperwork deck. Successful diagnosis. Okay, these I've seen before. Squeeze is an adversary. I know that you don't like this episode in particular with Toombs and the stretchy guy. Remember that?
Yeah, I don't.
Darkness Falls, classic episode. What's this guy's name? Seth Green. This is Seth Green as a teenager, I guess, in this episode. I think this was the second episode. Anyway, he plays just a pothead that's trying to break into Area 51, I think, or maybe if it's not Area 51, it's just another base of some kind. Dr. Davy. Yeah, this is the episode with Tony Shalhoub, where his shadow kills people. A strange concept. And then Detective Frank Briggs. This is the guy that was the first one to bust Eugene Toombs. All right, cool. So those are some pretty cool uncommons. Here we've got some. I guess these are X-Files. Sheriff Tom Aaron's Cannibal. That's an X-File. Lie detector. Government arrests suspects. SWAT training. Knife. This episode's called Die Hand der Verletzt. I think that's how it's pronounced. German for something. This was the scariest episode when I was a kid to me, because I at the time I believed in all kinds of weird stuff, but black magic in particular really scared me, as it scared many children in the 90s, I'm guessing. And I already see there's some doubles like within the same box, which I always hate that. Crop circles, spooky. This crop circle scene is so strange because it comes at the end of an episode called Gender Bender, which had the guy who plays Alex Krycek plays a John, who I think, or I don't know if he's a John, but no, he's not. He doesn't hire a prostitute, but he ends up in a car with a woman who changes into a man, like before his eyes or something. And it turns out it's part of some weird cult or something. Or they're like creatures, or they're aliens, or they're a cult. And at the end of the episode, they escape, and all that remains is the crop circle. And that's the only thing that the X-Files ever did with crop circles. The gender-bending cult creates crop circles, apparently, in the universe of the X-Files. All right, we got some other stuff here. More Washington locations, that's cool. There's Langley again, still looking for Frohickey. Grass chromatograph, wiretap, binoculars. I mean, pretty boring equipment, I gotta say. Ambush. There's Krycek ambushing Mulder's father. Okay, and once again, more doubles. Guns jammed, hiding, things like that. All right. Well, you know, you got to put some unexciting cards in so that your exciting cards are exciting, right? Okay. Well, that is pretty cool. So far, a good variety, as far as I can tell, of cards. I guess what I'm looking for at this point are main characters. I mean, we already have Mulder, we already have Skinner, and it seems like those aren't really rare. I'm going to take that off there. But I want to see Frohickey, of course. I want to see Scully. Scully's family, I guess. Scully's mom, Scully's sister, Melissa. Mulder's family, you know, his dad, his mom. I always thought the X-Files series did his mom wrong. I mean, she just commits suicide in season 7 for no reason. And Mulder thinks the cigarette smoking man might have done it, but it turns out, nope. She was just fed up with life. Okay, I'm able to just pop that off. That's good. I don't need these scissors. This box is a little bit beat up. I wonder why. All right, so this is an opportunity to see if things are the same here, because once again, these are a little, I wonder what happened to this box. Maybe it got wet or something. It's more beat up than the others. I don't know if that means that it's possible someone opened it, or I don't think these cards are really worth enough money for someone to go through and pull out the rare stuff and then repackage. But this is a little bit damaged. I don't know if you can see that. It's just a little. But that's fine, because I've got another Agent Tom Colton for my Tom Colton deck. Okay, once again. Okay, so these are identical to that last group of fixed cards that I got. So it looks like each, ooh, these are stuck together. I think this one got wet, maybe. Huh, these are stuck together. All right, no big deal. There's Skinner again. So yeah, you get some of these starter decks have the same groups. So Colton, Blevins, Skinner, and then a group of cards, and I think these are all the same cards as well. Oh, and there's LaManna. So these are all going to be the same as the last group, but based on the first one I opened, it looks like there are different groups. So presumably we're going to see a Scully group in here somewhere. So that would be cool. All right, more of this. Okay. And the rares, once again, it's 3 of the same type of card. It's interesting. We have Webbed, combat card. We found something in the forest. Steve Humphries. What? Larry Moore. A man caught in some kind of insect cocoon. This is from that episode, Darkness Falls. Classic episode. Yeah, and it actually kind of sucks that this series only went through, it looks, from what I can tell, well, it came out in 96, so it's only through the first 2 seasons.
That's right.
Yeah, so who knows where it could have gone if it had kept doing expansions. But all right, block and attack. Nerve strike. Okay, so these are some combat options. And let's take a look at the uncommons here. Let's see, okay. Pete Calcagni. This is one of the black magic followers, one of the devil worshippers from that episode, Dijon de Roulettes. He was on the PTA. That opening scene, by the way, in that episode is hilarious, where it's like the parent-teacher association or something, or they're like some kind of education board, and they're sitting around talking about how Jesus Christ Superstar is offensive and they need to protect the children, and then they immediately start chanting their devil worship. The Conundrum from Humbug. Oh God, this episode was so bad. This is honestly one of my least favorite episodes, at least from season 1. This is Ghost in the Machine. It's so dated. It's amazing when you go back and watch it. I think the X-Files has generally aged pretty well, but that episode is it's hilarious to watch now. It's where a computer takes over an office building or something. Anything with computers in the 90s probably didn't age well. Internal bleeding, covering fire, clone. That's cool. Okay. It's interesting. You tend to get a lot of the same type of card in a row. They're not like mixed up. So far, the 3 boxes I've opened, the 3 rares have all been the same type of card. All right, so here are the commons. Some sites here. Core training. Some X-Files. The Kindred. That's what those gender benders were called. This is, yeah, interesting stuff. They make crop circles, apparently. Alien abduction. Awesome. Okay, and some poltergeist. It's cool. I think when my wife and I play together, it's going to be, we want to have access to all the X-Files because that'll make for the most fun game, because as you're checking these boxes off, if we know that there are certain X-Files it can't be because we don't have it, that'll be no fun. All right. So far, it looks like we're getting a good variety of those. A lot of locations. Okay, more X-Files. That's great. Oh, this episode. Oh, so good. Mulder and Scully get really old really fast. The Vampire, a.k.a. the Unholy Spirit. Another very 90s episode. Mulder meets a group of vampires and has a fling with one of them. It's just perfect. All right. He could only do something like that when Scully was kidnapped, right? And Scully was, in fact, kidnapped during that time. Okay. Well, that's the third one. That's the most messed up box, I think, from what I can tell. All right, let's see if this one breaks as easily. I think at one time this probably came off. Oh, there we go. But age, there we go, has made it sticky. Okay, all right, this is another group of cards that we have seen before, I think, because I see U.S. Marshal Tapia at the top. Oh, it looks different. Are they just out of... Oh, this is a different group of cards. Okay, this is cool. It looks like some of them, there's overlap, and because I know this was part of another fixed group. We've got Lieutenant Brian Tillman, Aubrey Police Department. From the episode Aubrey. God, he looks familiar. But it's not ringing a bell. I think this guy was like a law enforcement officer. Well, it says he's from the police department. But he had a relationship with the subject of the episode, I think. That was undisclosed. Like maybe he'd gotten her pregnant or something, or he was having an affair. That's all I remember. Huh. I'm sure there was a ghost or an alien involved as well. Oh, it was this episode. I think. Was it? Yeah, it says right here, Aubrey. Okay, yeah, okay, I remember. There's a guy who used to carve sister into women's chests, but now he was really old and, well, I don't want to get into spoilers here. Slithers in the Night. That's the snake from Dihan de Verletz. She sixes the evil demon, six a snake on the president of the PTA, I think. It's good stuff. Okay, Agent Nancy Spiller. Don't remember her. Agent Jack Willis. So this is the guy that was Scully's friend, and he trades minds with this criminal who he shoots at the beginning of the episode. So that's great. I wonder if his ability reflects that. No, not really. It just says, game effect. Place a token on this card. Discard a token and look through your bureau deck to draw any one site that asks an affiliation question. Add it to your hand. Reshuffle your bureau deck. From what I've seen, that's actually a pretty powerful effect. Anything that lets you search your deck, because I understand the decks are pretty large in this game. So if you want to be able to find something that you need. But would have been nice if there was a little more flavor in his ability. Like he gets to trade stats or something with a villainous character or something. I don't know how it would work. Aha! Agent Dana Scully. Excellent. So we've got Mulder, we've got Scully, we've got Skinner. Now I understand you can't put them all in the same deck because I think there's deck building restrictions based on these numbers down here. So the higher the number, the fewer that you can put together. But nevertheless, it's great to have Scully on the team. Of course, she's high in sciences. She's high in medical. Looks great. Place 3 tokens on this card. Discard a token to examine any one bluff card. Place bluff card back. Cool, so she can look at bluffs. One of the mechanics in this game is you can put cards face down on locations to bluff your opponent into thinking that you've put something bad there to discourage them from going after or trying to investigate that site. So she is a powerful card. All right, we're getting there. Let's see what we've got. So I've already got all the agents. Oh, you know who else I want that I haven't seen yet is Krychek. I don't know if Krychek is one of those starter agents or not. Maybe you have to pull him from a booster. But that's why I ordered a box of boosters. From what I've heard, it's pretty hard to get a complete set of this game, though, so I'm not anticipating that. All right, Tom Colton again. Blevins. Yeah. I've seen these guys before, and some of these cards are kind of stuck together. Here's Marshall Tapia. So it's interesting. They're not always in the same order, these fixed cards, but I'm going to end up with a lot of copies, I guess. which is just fine. Okay, what do we got? The rares. Are they all events? They're all events. Okay. Thorough documentation. There's a comment from Mulder here. I don't think they'll be performing this experiment on Beekman's World. Another 90s reference for you. This is from that episode, Roland. It's a great episode. Good standalone episode. Roland is a developmentally disabled janitor who works at some kind of tech industry company and ends up getting controlled or partially inhabited by this murdered scientist. All right, overwhelming force. Aha! For my Kalusari deck. You know, actually, these aren't, even though they're all events, they're not the same type of card now that I look at them carefully, because this first one, thorough documentation, it says activators active, and this one says activators conspiracy. So I think these are cards that you play against your opponent, because they're, quote, conspiracy cards, whereas these are ones you play on your own side to support yourself. So anyway, overwhelming force, these are those creeps from the Kalusari. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but where they give, they're doing that exorcism that we described earlier. So that is going to be in my exorcism deck, of course. Warning from the LOA. Fresh Bones. LOA. Huh. I thought Fresh Bones was the episode with the voodoo guy. I don't know what this is about. Warning from the LO. I'm sure if I watch it, I'm gonna feel like an idiot. Okay, maybe it's Loa. I don't know. Look, my knowledge of the X-Files is definitely above average. Okay, you gotta give me that. But it's been a while. Okay, so we've got some equipment. Now this looks like some exciting equipment. We've got the Glock 19 semi-automatic pistol. We've got the Walter PPK that Scully is wielding in this. Man, she looks pretty intense in this photo here. I don't know if you can see that. Does that get all blurry? Anyway. Geiger counter. Cool. Government mind wipe serum. Decoy. Aw. This is a black cat here, just like our cat, Osa. She is equally black. It looks like some new locations I haven't seen, so that's cool. Brad Wilczek. Is this the one? Is this? Yeah, this is from that same episode I was talking about earlier, Ghost in the Machine. Terrible episode. All right, to the comments. I'll just kind of go through these quickly because I get the feeling we're going to see a lot of the same ones. And a lot of them are pretty generic. I mean, there's this one, Hide, and then look, Hide again. Hard Punch. Hard Punch. So they appear multiple times in the same box. Detective Kelly Ryan. The Overcoat Man. I didn't know that guy had a name. Because there's the cigarette smoking man. There's the well-manicured man. This is the Overcoat Man. I think this is just some guy that Mulder fought in a underground parking garage, if I recall. Holtzman. Okay, a bunch of locations. Locations are good. Not exciting, but good. Okay. A lot of doubles. Which is good. It's fine. Guess that's to be expected. I mean, I remember when you used to buy a pack of Magic the Gathering, you would get lands. And who wanted open lands in a pack. I'm trying to think if there are any X-Files episodes I haven't seen referenced yet. Or I just at least haven't noticed referenced. From the first 2 seasons. Let's see. What about the Arecibo Observatory from the first episode of season 2? I remember when they advertised that episode. Because back then you had to wait for a new season to come, and you just waited and waited and waited. And then there'd be all these ads for months, like, you know, new season, X-Files, Contact. And it was Mulder yelling, no! And an alien, like, appearing in the doorway with all the light shining in. It was scary as hell. All right, this looks like, if I'm not mistaken, a new group of investigator or fixed cards, maybe fixed investigators. Let's see. We've got Agent Weiss, Michael Holvey, the evil one. It's the possessed child from the Kalusari. Inspector Phoebe Green. This is Mulder's ex-girlfriend from Britain. She was really annoying. She was from that episode, Fire. I think she was only in that one episode. But that was a pretty good episode. I mean, as far as standalones go. Not particularly memorable, but pretty good. Mulder had a fear of fire. And which is never addressed again. Never raised again. Mulder's fear of fire. It's kind of stupid. All right, this is another fire related card. And there's Cecil Lively there lighting the set on fire, which is a pretty cool scene. Agent Rich. From Dwayne Barry, I guess. I don't remember him. Dr. Charles Burke. Now I remember this guy, because this was Mulder's go-to guy. This guy was not a skeptic like Scully. This guy was a believer. And he would do all sorts of weird things, looking for spirits in photographs. And he was definitely and it even says right there, believer. So that was cool that Mulder did actually have some allies in the department. Doug Spinney. This is from that episode, Darkness Falls. He's the environmental terrorist that they end up banding together with. And another Byers, but still no Frohickey. How disappointing. All right. Still waiting for that Frohickey. Still waiting for that Krychek. You don't want me. You want Krychek. Yes, that's true. Okay, well, this is the first time I think I've gotten some rares. You mind checking if these are rares? Mm-hmm. Road Trip, where they're not all the same type of card. So maybe that was just a coincidence. I don't know. But
Road Trip rare.
Road Trip is rare. Agent Weiss killed by... now I remember who Agent Weiss is. The poor guy gets killed by the bounty hunter, the alien bounty hunter.
Unknown toxin, rare.
Yeah, okay. And Dr. Diamond from the Jersey Devil.
Rare.
He's like a sociologist or something that helps them. He's a witness. Okay, so Road Trip, Agent Weiss killed by unknown toxin. This poor man, he scratched his own eyes out there because the alien bounty hunter's blood is toxic. All right, let's see if we've got some uncommons here. Government Mind Wipe Serum. Okay, Autopsy. Actually, I remember seeing this one. I think my friend who played this, I don't know if he ever played it, but he bought some packs and showed them to me. I think I remember seeing this card. Crew Cut Man, yeah. Adversary. Another guy with a name. Crew Cut Man. We got the Overcoat Man, the Crew Cut Man, the Well Manicured Man, the cigarette smoking man, the Sandman. Yeah, this is from that episode Sleepless, which is where we learned that Krychek was a bad guy. It's kind of an unassuming episode to learn that. And I thought that was really cool, that there was sort of continuity between episodes, even when they were kind of on their own standalones. This here, Detective Tony Fiore. This is from, I think this is from the episode where there's a ghost, I think, and they drain his blood in a bathtub. That's what I remember. Or they cut his throat or something, and he bleeds into the bathtub. I just remember because when I saw this as a child, as a small child, that was terrifying and disgusting to me. But there's something to do with a fish tank, like his gun is hidden in the fish tank, or maybe they put his head in the fish tank. I can't quite remember. But this guy was in on it, but he was the only one with a conscience. So that's pretty cool. It looks like a pretty fair amount of... They really did a good job of incorporating stuff. I'm curious to see if what the flavor is for these, because at least the ones I've checked so far, I was not impressed with the flavor. So these are commons, kick, gun jam, hide. How many times am I going to see that card? First aid. Boring. But I'm not complaining. Okay, getting there. Halfway there. Yeah, I don't know about the quality of the card stock either. I'm probably, when we play these, we're going to put them in, oh God, butchering this. Get in there. We're going to put them in sleeves, of course, but kind of looks like there's already some wear on the cards. Just around the corners. So I don't know what that means. Maybe it's just low quality printing. Like I said, I don't think there's any reason for someone to go through and pull cards out, reseal. All right, so I've seen this card before, Psychotic Attack. But that doesn't mean that this isn't a different group of cards. Okay, Agent Reggie Perdue. I don't think we've seen this guy. No, I don't think so. John Barnett. This was Mulder's like arch nemesis. Mulder failed to take the shot. It's actually another example of a very kind of dated thing. In the episode, Mulder is just kicking himself for not shooting this guy while he had taken a hostage, and he instead followed protocol, because if he were to shoot at him, he'd put the hostage at risk. That was probably the right decision. Now, in that particular instance, he ended up killing the bad guy ended up killing the hostage, but it's probably still the right decision. Because if you shoot and kill the hostage, that's really bad. I think that's probably worse. Dr. Hodge from ICE. Albert Hosteen. Interesting. They have him as an agent. He is not an FBI agent, I don't think. Although there is the episode where Skinner and Mulder kind of bring him in as a, what was he, like a code cracker? Or no, he had memorized all of the contents of a hard drive or something. And so they used it as leverage over the cigarette smoking man. Anyway, great stuff. Okay, Agent Janice, trained medic, poltergeist attack, Augustus Cole, the Alex Krychek. And of course, Krychek would come in the box where there's also Augustus Cole, the preacher, because that was the episode where Krychek shoots this guy, actually, in that scene. And is seen later talking to the cigarette smoking man. We learned that He is a double agent. Yeah, it seems like these boxes or these cards get very easily scuffed. Very easily scuffed. So what are you going to do? I have to open these and look at them. All right, well, this one looks like the sticky part come loose. Okay. Marshall Tapia again. Brian Tillman. Okay, I think I've seen this group already. Yep. This looks like it's the most boring group. Oh no, never mind. There's Scully. Definitely not. All right, well now we've got two Scullys, so when my wife and I play, if we want to, we can both have Scully in our deck. But still looking for Melissa, looking for Scully's moms. All right, here we've got 3 rares, I think. 2 combat cards. Illusionary Foe. Energy Strike. And then a rare site. Interesting. I wonder what would make a site rare. I'll have to investigate this. This is Ellen's Air Base. Ah, this is the air base that Seth Green was trying to sneak into. Okay. I don't know what makes this one better than other sites. I guess I'll have to compare at some point. It says prerequisite bureaucracy +4 or 4+. You may ask one affiliation question. Well, okay. Is Ellen's Air Base a rare? Can you look that up for me? Doesn't seem like that would be a rare. I have to compare it to a common.
It is.
All right. Let's look at my uncommons here.
Oh, wait.
No?
They're different ones.
Well, is this one? All right. Well, she checks that. And I'll look at these here. We've got some bluffs, some detectives that are all bluffs. Interesting. A bunch of bluffs in this group of uncommons. Seems like maybe the card types are all, they keep them together, just in general. Rejuvenating Caves, once again from Genderbender. Classic episode. I'm sure it hasn't aged well. Like, how weird. Men becoming women. Women becoming men. Supernatural. All right, let's see. Okay, I'm looking at some of these uncommon sites, and it looks like they prerequisites are 5+. 5+. 5+. So maybe that's what makes that one rare, is it's 4+. Okay. Interesting. On to the commons here. And I have a feeling I'm going to start seeing a lot of the same ones. Ah, Miss Paddock. She scared the hell out of me when I was a kid. In fact, it was this scene. I don't think I originally recognized those were snake eyes, but I just remember her opening her eyes in front of that candle, and her acting was so intense. She's like holding her hand above the flame, and it's burning her, and she's doing black evil magic, and she opens those eyes, and whew, scary. Okay, I'm seeing some new cards. That's cool. Billy Miles from the first episode. Fingernail scrapings. This is from the one with the Eves, I think. Is that right? Eve? No, blood. Oh, no. Okay. I was thinking of the Digitalis from Eve for some reason, but you know, it's interesting. This episode, it's like there's a guy getting subliminal messages to kill people, and a lot of the victims, I guess, have this stuff under their fingernails. I'm not really sure how that's connected. I can't quite remember. Man, more doubles. Look at this. Sheriff Spencer, Billy Miles again. Crop circles. Fingernail scrapings. There it is again. Expert briefing. A lot of the same cards. Interesting. Annoying. I think if I didn't have a ton of these, I'd be disappointed. Okay. Well, let's put this away. Oh, can I have the card back? So this is a rare.
Yeah. Seems like it.
A rare location. Well, who wants a rare location? Although, actually, I've pretty much found all the characters I want. I would like to have Brad Dourif. That would be cool. From Beyond the Sea. Who else? Scully's dad. Ghost dad. Scully's mom. Can have a whole Scully family. Scully clan deck. I don't know if the Cigarette Smoking Man is a card. But if he is, I would want that. I have his cigarette butts. All right. And even though I'm gonna eventually pull all these cards out and put them in sleeves and stuff, I'm probably gonna keep all these boxes just because I'm weird about that stuff. I don't like to throw stuff away, so it's just gonna take up space. It's pretty stupid, actually. But it's history, right? It's 1996 in the palm of my hand. All right. Once again, okay, there's Mulder's girlfriend there, evil child. And these cards stick. These cards definitely stick. All right, seen these. Yep, seen these. Okay, good. Buyers again. Where's Frohickey? All right, 3 rares. Here we go. 3 events. Agent LaManna dies in fatal elevator accident. Oh my gosh. So Agent LaManna I can't even remember him. I guess he's an FBI agent from that episode I hate, Ghost in the Machine. He dies in an elevator. Okay, well that explains why I don't remember him. Surfing the net. Wow. That's some advanced stuff for 1996. Government-sanctioned pheromone experiments. Cool. So all 3 of these, 2 of these are conspiracy cards, and this one is a active card. So, okay. What else we got? I think these are the uncommons. Yes. So let's see. Laptop, Kevlar, flashlight, stuff you need. Flaming wall. That's cool. Part of me wants to make decks that are just based on episodes. Like I'm going to have every card from Fire and maybe every card from Ice. Fire and Ice deck. I don't care if it's good. Okay. So those are the equipment malfunction, spying mission. Okay. Cool. And then the commons. The Cigarette Smoking Man is a card, but he is an X-File. So there he is, X-File. So I'm glad we got him. It's Ambush, Gun Jammed, Hide, Langley. How many times am I going to see these cards? Jesus. Dr. Barubi. Wow, a lot of locations. I mean, I guess you need them, so it makes sense. I don't know if any of these are like, oh my God, I can't believe you got that card. Probably not. In fact, I know that the ultra rares, or I don't know this, but I believe I remember reading that the ultra rares are only in boosters and are not in these starters. Come on. Man, but if you wanted to have all of the characters, does that mean you had to buy all the... It doesn't look like I don't think I've ever seen any agents, playable agents, in the random assortment of cards, but maybe... Oh my God. Come on. I'm just bad at this. Yes. Okay, what do we got? Okay, I'm guessing it looked like, if I don't know if I'm remembering correctly, but there were about 4 packs of agents, like 4 different packs of agents you could get. There was the one that had Scully in it, the one that had Mulder in it, the one that had Krychek in it. I think the one that had Skinner in it, was that also in Mulder's? I can't remember. Oh my gosh, these do stick together. I'm going to plug this in. All right, 3 new rares. 2 of them are sites. Broad Street, Philadelphia. I'm seeing a theme with the rare sites. Criminal Investigation 4+. Here's UFO Wreckage. Actually, it has Alien Investigation 5+ or Bureaucracy 5+. So you have the option there. And that's definitely worth something, I'm sure. Fast Strike Combat. Okay. Looks good. Detective Sharon Lazard. Dr. Lascos. Okay, so these are my uncommons. And I've not seen these. Puzzles within puzzles. Huh. This is a Sciences 5+ or Observation 5+. I don't know why this one would be uncommon while the other ones are rares, but maybe there's a reason for that, and I just don't understand it. Hit and run. All right, so some interesting stuff here. More paperwork. Commons. Poisonous gases. I don't think I've seen this one. Some binoculars. Government car. I don't think I've seen that one. Seen all these. More X-Files. That's good. I don't know if I've seen all of these. I really would be nice to get all of the X-Files. The Swarm. Cool. This is Darkness Falls. Ah, Leonard's Detachable Congenital Twin. Great stuff from Humbug. It's so disgusting. It's the Fiji Mermaid. Well, I don't want to say it's disgusting. He's, you know, it's just, it was surprising to see that there was a little bloody baby crawling out of someone's pouch. Yeah. Cecil Lively, all right, for my Fire and Ice deck. The Swarm, more of these. Okay. Okay. Making progress. I've got 2 left. Whoops. Only 2 left. I haven't seen any Scully family members. I haven't seen Brad Dourif. I don't even know if they're in the game, to be honest. And maybe you can't get them in these. I have no idea. It seems like all of the rares so far have been events, locations. I haven't seen a single character, I don't think. I don't think I've seen a single equipment that's been rare. Okay. Agent Mobox. This was the first, I think the very first one I opened had this guy. So, and these are also, these stick together. That's amazing. The cardstock is a little... All right, who's in this? Okay, Mulder, yeah, all right. So we've got 2 Mulders. There's Donnie Faster. I don't remember seeing him. Death Fetishist. That means he was probably in that first pack too. Agent Karen Kosseff, Counselor. I don't remember seeing her either. Maybe I just... Okay, I do remember seeing her. Okay, I might have just glossed over it the first time. Dwayne Barry. Dwayne Barry, such a memorable character. And name, actually, maybe because he referred to himself in the third person, might make the name more memorable.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying Dwayne Barry's crazy? All right. Okay, well, here's I know these are all sites. 3 rare sites. Wow. That's fine, I guess. You want to look this up, make sure these are rares? New York City, rare. Medical 5+ or behavioral 5+. You may ask 1 affiliation question or 1 result question. If you ask the result, if the result is insanity, the skill check prerequisite is 4+. What? Man, that seems really specific. Interesting. Well, Dead Horse, Alaska. Is it New York City?
Yeah, there are 2. They're both rare. There are 2 New York City. They're both rare.
All right. Northeast Georgetown Medical Center, Washington, D.C. I mean, this one just says medical 4+. You may ask 1 method. So I guess the variables on these are the prerequisite, and then the actual question, I didn't really notice, has these different effects. So this one has a special effect if you ask insanity. And this is, if you ask that the result is manipulation or evidence, the skill prerequisite is 4+. But do you get to ask before you meet the prerequisite? That doesn't really make sense to me. I'm sure it'll all become clear. All right, some uncommons here. Nasty surprise. Radioactive area. Unnatural aging. Cool. Cool. Decoy. I've seen a lot of those, and I like it because it's got a black cat on it. And some locations. And the commons. Oh, this one must be an uncommon. Maybe. Probably. Okay, some commons. And I think I'm getting to the point where I've seen... Oh, I hadn't seen this one. Eve. You know, I really like this episode, but they're just kids, okay? But kids are terrible. Like, it's really rare when a kid is a good actor. And, you know, they had the look. But they're definitely creepy to look at. But I'm not criticizing them. I know they're children. Their parents made them do it, all that sort of thing.
Do you have
but
Eve 7?
This is just called Eve.
Okay.
Maybe I'll get... Is that a rare?
Eve 7's rare.
Yeah, there's only one. Look at this. Doubles in this. Oh, that's upsetting. Maybe they wanted to give you doubles. I don't think I've seen this one, X-Files Research. Because in a deck, you're able to have 2 of the same card. But I swear I've even seen maybe 3 of the same card in a starter here. So... Okay, 1 more to go. This is exciting. This is really exciting. The final box. The final starter deck. This is where the good stuff is. This is where we're going to open Brad Dourif, Melissa Scully, and Fro Hickey. Hope there's not a fixed group that we've missed. That would suck. Is there? Are you able to tell?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, this is definitely one I've seen before. This is Agent. Oh, I can just slide that off. What am I doing with my life? I realized that on the last box. God. Okay. Section Chief Blevins. Albert Hosteen. That means we should also see Krychek in here, right? There he is. Krychek. We love to hate him. We love to hate him. He's such a Weasley guy. I mean, he's so great. He's so great. All right. Unfortunately, I got some double rares here because I'm pretty sure I already showed you this one, webbed. I mean, that's cool. So maybe sometimes you want two of the same rare. Maybe this is an amazing rare. Play on any primordial adversary. Oh, I can already tell you that it is limited because that's a very specific... Because I know in this game you play adversaries to the board and they can be different types of things. There's like primordial adversaries and there's like, I don't know, biological and occult adversaries, and probably government adversaries. So this will help you in a very specific situation. Play on any primordial adversary to add 1 to their close range combat. Ooh, actually, this is better than I thought because... wait, it says play on any primordial to add 1 to their close range combat skill and prevent all damage from one opponent this round. At first I was thinking you would play it on your own adversary. Maybe that's right. I'm not sure. Yeah, no, that's right, because I think this hand means it's like an evil card. But why would webbing up your own adversary help you? Maybe you're webbing up the opponent and that's helping your primordial. There you go. Okay, so you put this in your Darkness Falls deck and you have your Insects Swarm guy. Sneak Attack. I don't know if I've seen this one. This is Tombs. Play on any evolutionary adversary to allow it to deal all of its damage in the round before its opponents. So it gives first strike, like in Magic. And then if they get sent to the hospital, that's killed in this game, they don't deal any damage. Block and Attack. I think I saw this one already, too. Is Block and Attack a rare? And I'm noticing on this one there's a little purple kind of symbol in the corner there.
Block and Attack is rare.
Okay, which is different. Usually it's blue or it's a red hand. Combatants that can use martial arts may use this card to negate 2 points of damage and still deal their normal damage in a close range combat round. So this is a martial arts move here. Okay, cool. Oh, no, I still have some uncommons to go through. I should do that because you never know. Frohickey. For all I know, Frohickey's uncommon. Let it be so. Let it be so. Sinus cavity implant. Peter Tanaka. Well, these are some characters I don't think I've seen. Uh-oh, bunch of locations. No. John Barnett, suspect description. This is Mulder's arch nemesis who he failed to shoot, who then became like a lizard or something, or an amphibian, if I recall. Like he had an amphibian hand that he used to choke people. Hollow point bullets, internal damage. Okay, so those are the uncommons. All right, well, unless Frohickey's a common, I think I'm going to have to roll the dice on those booster packs to get my Frohickey. Okay, I'm just trying to see if there's anything I haven't seen in here. So far, it's all a little too familiar. Maybe this one. This episode. So, Fire, the X-Files episode, was supposed to be a lot like the episode Ice. In the first season, the episode Ice was like amazing. Everyone loved it. It was like Mulder and Scully and a group of other people trapped in the ice, like in Alaska or something. And there was like a snowstorm and they had to deal with a contagion of some kind. And in this one, this is season 2, it's like they tried to recapture that magic with an episode called Fire, where Mulder and Scully are trapped on a volcano, like inside a volcano or something with some other researchers, and then there's a contagion. And in this case, instead of being a little worm that moves around in their neck, it's like, I don't know what that is. It's like a stick or something that sticks out of their neck. So they go kind of nuts, and then this thing shoots out of their neck and shoots spores into the air. And it's just, I don't know, a little too much. Or too little. I don't know. All right, well, I got a lot of Billy Mileses. I was excited when I first saw this, but once you've opened your 10th one. Okay, well, was that a success?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't complain. You get Mulder, you get Scully, you get Skinner, you get Krychek. I don't know what more you can hope for, except Brad Dourif, Fro Hickey, and Melissa Scully.
Yeah. Except that.
What else didn't I see? Maybe the guy that manages the hotel in Humbug that stereotypes Mulder as an FBI agent.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's pretty good. Why wasn't he in there? In fact, there were a couple of Humbug characters I didn't see.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a pretty classic episode. Seems like there'd be more representation. Instead, I got the Blockhead and the Jigsaw Man. Oh, and the Fiji Mermaid. But I didn't see the dog-faced boy in there either. Okay, well, next I'll be opening, once I get it, the, should probably pull out all the rares. And just take note of what they are. I'll do that. But next time I will be opening the packs, which have the potential of having ultra rares in them, which could be pretty exciting. So, till next time.